Our next speaker is Arlene Cohen Sudak of Maryland. Son Sander Cohen was killed on December 8th, 2017 on the side of the road in Maryland by an illegal alien who did not spend 1 day in jail. You lose a son, an illegal alien kills that son, and the illegal alien doesn't spend a day in jail. Just think about that for a minute. He's roaming the streets until his deportation date in 2019. So he's walking around the streets whistling Dixie until he is deported in 2019. He was charged a $280 fine. That is all. That to me boggles the mind. But without any further ado, here's Arlene Cohen Sudak.
Hello and good afternoon. My story about my son, the Deputy Chief Fire Marshal Sander Cohen and Captain of the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department, is also Marla Wolff, the widow of FBI Special Agent Carlos Wolff's story. They were killed together. My son began his career in service to his fellow Americans when he was 15 years old. He joined Civil Air Patrol, where he received the first of many citations bestowed upon him in his short lifetime. All were serving the citizens of the great state of Maryland. When he was killed, he was only 33 years old. Sanders supervised 12 Maryland fire marshals in the Department of Maryland State Police and was the commander of the Northeast region of Maryland. As a fire captain, he was mentor to many and a friend to all. There were 1,600 more people at his funeral, a wonderful testament to the impact his dedication and humor made on all who knew him. Thank you.
My husband, Carlos Wolff, was a supervisory special FBI agent who dedicated his life to make the United States and the countries of our allies a safer place. Carlos was born in Venezuela and came to the United States with his family when he was 8 years old. Carlos entered into the FBI at the young age of 25. He would jokingly tell me that he worked hard so that I could sleep safely at night. Carlos loved his job, and he worked very hard. Despite being so busy, he taught ESOL for many years because he wanted to help other Spanish families. He was loved by many, and I have received letters from around the world describing how Carlos's work saved lives and how his work directly and positively impacted other law enforcement agencies. On December 8th, 2017, my husband of 12 years and father of our 2 small children was killed by an illegal immigrant who had a long list of crimes previously committed. That fateful night of December 8th, Carlos was involved in a single vehicle crash. Arlene's son, Deputy Chief Fire Marshal Sander Cohen, came to Carlos's aid by stopping his personal vehicle to assist him. Both men were standing on the shoulder waiting for police to arrive when they were run over by Roberto Garza Palacios, an illegal who overstayed his visa since 2009. Palacios was not tested by the police or the hospital for alcohol or drugs. The state attorney's office told us that there was no probable cause. Dan Morse from the Washington Post summarizes Palacios' record in this way. On May 17, 2015, in Gaithersburg, Maryland, Garza Palacios was cited for negligent driving and not following traffic control signs. 12 days later, he got out of his car after driving onto a sidewalk, where he then smashed beer bottles and began slamming a construction tool into a light pole. Sorry. The filing said his blood alcohol level was 0.13, nearly 2 times the legal limit for driving. He was cited for drunken driving and numerous other offenses. Within the next week, Palacios allegedly used a steel bar to bash a window of a Dunkin' Donuts and windows of 16 cars and set a sofa on fire. In the driving cases, Palacios pleaded guilty to negligent driving, not following traffic controls, and driving while impaired. He was fined a total of $330 and did not receive jail time. On other matters, he served about 4 months in jail. His charges drew the attention of federal immigration officials, who on August 3, 2015, requested that Montgomery County, Maryland, jail officials hold Palacios on a detainer so federal officials could assess whether to deport him. The request to hold him, jail officials said, was not honored because Montgomery County laws had changed. In April 2018, the Maryland State's Attorney issued negligent drivings to Palacios for killing Sander and Carlos. His sentence, a negligence charge that carries a $280 fine. Our families are outraged over the lenient charge and the lack of justice. Finally, on May 3rd, ICE arrested him. Bail was set at $30,000. However, when he appeared before the judge, his bail was reduced to $15,000. Bail was paid, and now he is free, and his next deportation hearing is not until March of 2019. When you turn on the news, you see the outrage over immigrant families being temporarily separated. Where is that same outrage for our American families? We don't get to have Carlos and Sander for the rest of our lives. My children don't get to have their daddy. And I don't have my husband. Meanwhile, Palacios is free. He's free to enjoy his family and the laws of our country. He's free to enjoy all of that freedom. And if he commits a crime, then he has little or no consequence. Our laws in this country must be changed. Instead of the laws protecting law-abiding citizens, they are now protecting illegal aliens. How many lives will be lost before something is done to enforce our laws?
In closing, my message today is to all of the people who have crossed the border into our great United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Now that you are here, you have the same responsibilities that we do to keep your family safe from harm. The freedoms you came here to enjoy are not free. We Americans paid for them with our blood. If you only remember one thing, let it be this. You crossed the border, so can the bad people you fled from in your home country. The bad people who wanted to harm you at home will come here and harm you too. So, when politicians ask you to vote for them, make sure you know what they stand for. The sanctuary state of Maryland and the federal government did not protect two sworn law enforcement agents, Sander and Carlos, from a bad illegal. They sure aren't going to protect you. Be part of the solution. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless America.
You're bold. You're bold. Stay bold. Stay bold.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Of course. Anything I can do. A couple of more powerful stories that I hope are soaked in by everyone watching through those cameras.